Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Epic Games and I am back with another Modern Warfare 3 gameplay for you guys. But this time, it's not going to be so much about the gameplay that I'm going to commentate. Although the gameplay is very good, you guys are going to enjoy it, and at the end of it you guys can check out the score. This is pretty cool. But this time I have a very special thing for you guys. I'm going to start a new series that I'm going to call my Epic Story. Yes, that sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Ha! But anyways, I'm actually going to start to talk about what my life was like before I got here to the United States. Yes, a lot of you guys don't know that I actually came from El Salvador, although a lot of you know that English is not my first language, it's Spanish actually. I grew up in Central America, and there's a lot of interesting stories that I got for you guys from there. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to start sharing these stories with my subscribers. I think they're going to find them very entertaining. But most importantly, guys, there's one thing that I want to put out there before I get started. One, I am not doing this to actually get any pity from anyone or as people to feel sorry for me. Guys, I want you to understand that I have no regrets to what happened in my life and the way that I grew up and the things that I went through. I am actually absolutely happy at the fact that, you know, where I am now. I am a very happy man. I am married. I have a great career as a web developer. That is not in any way a sad story, guys. This is a story of you know, how some kid from the middle of nowhere came to the United States and you know, became semi-successful. You know, no, I'm not a rich person, I'm not anything like that, but you know, the way, you'll see, once I start telling you the story, you know, how, you know, things changed my life over here. But, you know, I want you guys to understand that I don't want you guys feeling sorry for me. That's not what I'm doing this for. I want you guys just to get entertained by it and actually take the good side of it, because there are a lot of good lessons in this story, and there's also a lot of things, you know, that will bring a little perspective to you guys about life in another country and things like that. This thing I'm going to do just an overview about everything that I'm going to be talking about on the series as it comes along every Monday. Actually, I'm going to start doing it. So it's going to be called my Epic Story. It's going to be fun. Let's get started. I was born in El Salvador, Central America. That is next to Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. There's a little tiny country there that's called El Salvador. When I was born there was a couple things that made it interesting. One, yes, it was a very poor country. But two, it was in the middle of a civil war. So it was very interesting. Growing up in this environment around me, and it was also very hard, very tough. But at the same time, there's something that, you know, many people have this concept that if you are poor and you have all these struggles in your life and everything, you somehow are unhappy. Well, let me tell you guys, I grew up in the poorest thing that you can be, okay? I grew up eating out of the same plate with my brothers because there was not enough food for all of us to eat. I grew up in a way that I will actually either walk or ride a horse to school every day for me to get to school, because I live in a very small area. So, and I also grew up with the mentality that if I go to school, there is the possibility that a random bullet will hit me and I would die. So that was my life as growing up as a child. It wasn't a pretty one. But here's the thing, guys. I do have a lot of great memories, a lot of good friends, a lot of things that happen in my life that I'm very grateful for. So this is the thing that people don't really understand. Just because you're poor doesn't mean you're unhappy. Doesn't mean you're depressed. Doesn't mean you live your life in constant pain, in constant emotional stress. No, guys, that's not the case. And I can tell you this from experience, that that's not the case. I mean, you gotta understand, guys, I didn't even know what a CD player was. I mean, I was so behind in technology and everything that I was learning as far as technology was, and there was just no way for me to communicate to the outside world in a way that we do now. Cell phones? Never heard of them. Telephones? I had to go to a building in the middle of the city. Okay, I had to get out of the island by boat, and then I had to take a 2-hour ride on a bus just for me to get to a company where I can use a telephone to call my parents while they were here in the United States. That was how crazy was my life over there, you know, and how far away from technology I was in any shape, way, or form. But one of the things that I can say for a certainty is that I had some happy moments. I had very happy moments. I have great happy moments with my grandparents. I got great happy moments with some friends of mine. I had some sad moments too, because of the fact that I did lost a lot of friends in the middle of the war and things like that. But those are things that we're going to talk about later on. But that's one of the things that I want you to guys understand from this whole story is that, yes, it was tough, but I do have some great moments, and I do have some happy times that a lot of people tend to think that, you know, people when they're absolutely poor in those countries, you know, are absolutely unhappy. And that is not necessarily true all the time. So keep that in mind. I grew up in a farm. I grew up in an island. I will get up at 4 a.m. in the morning to go feed the chickens and actually go to the place to milk the cows and things like that. So anyways, that's what it was, guys. So I'm gonna tell you more on the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave me a message in the comments. See what you think if you're interested in this little series that I'm doing. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you all next time.